Good evening, everybody out there on YouTube. It is the early version of our Geek Weekend in Review. You have the three middle-aged guys again. I am the Reverend.
The Theme here.
And Grey Mouse 1.
Yep. And this particular video that we're putting out is our predictions videos for E3. The Electronic Entertainment Expo, which is the biggest video game trade show of the year, is going to be hitting LA like it does every year, except for those few times it was out in Atlanta. Is just around the corner. Now, the reason why this is such a big deal is that this is usually the showcase that sets up the rest of the year for the majority of the video game companies out there. Now, if you followed us over the last few videos, you know that we've been following a lot of rumors, rumblings here and there from the major first-party developers, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and also things involving their upcoming games and also their upcoming hardware. In this particular video, we're going to go ahead and put out our particular predictions of what we expect to see at E3. All right? With that, the floor is open, guys. Who wants to go first?
Damn. Predictions. I mean, look. I'm not sure about the NX, but yeah, they most likely will show how that motherfucker looks. The controller for it.
You'd hope.
You'd hope. We'll finally know if there are going to be credit card slots with your games. We're finally going to know if Greg Mouse. We're going to finally know. Look, if Nintendo announces their system, the way it controls, and with games and with third-party games, then yes, that will actually lead up to fucking something. Sony and Microsoft, Sony is not going to be as much as groundbreaking as they were in 2015 as far as their announcements. I don't think that they can announce anything that can actually top what they did in 2015, in my opinion.
Yeah, 2015 was pretty impressive for them. If Sony's conference was pretty much, look at our big Sony dick. And that's exactly what they did. They rolled it out on stage. People were in awe. And they were like, ooh, hey. And Sony was like, it's not even hard yet.
Basically, yeah. I mean, it was just the fact that what Sony just shoved out in 2015 really was a spark of an instant revolution of gaming, because motherfuckers was like, whoa, we've been waiting, we've been asking, we've been begging, we've been contemplating, we've been having discussions about, we've been dreaming about this, we've been having wet dreams about this shit, and now finally 3 games that you never thought you'd see is going to surface and come out, even though there are problems with one of them in particular. But fuck, you never thought you'd see it in the first place. Then there's Microsoft. Microsoft is a sitting fucking duck right now. All they have in ammunition, they already have used. They've already used Quantum Break. They've already used backwards compatibility. They've already used Gears. All they can do is double down on that. There's nothing that they can do, in my opinion, as far as an exclusive or exclusives that can be so fucking groundbreaking that you will actually just rip out your fucking wallets and then just shove credit cards and money toward them. Yes, there's the VR thing. Yes, there's the HoloLens thing. Yes, there's the fucking... But as far as games go, I don't see Microsoft doing anything progressive. I just don't see that. I could be wrong, but Microsoft, shit, they better not. They got to stay away from Halo. They will pound on Halo Wars, but they have to stay away from Halo to a certain extent. They have to bring out some new shit. They have to. I don't know. Listen to us as far as saying bring some old shit back that we would want to see. But I don't see that happening because they have their heads so far up their fucking asses and closing down their studios and totally ignoring their fans and their fan base, even though we're in the electronic age where they can receive messages in fucking seconds, and they have been, but they just say, fuck that, we know what the fuck we're doing, Who the fuck cares about games? Who the fuck cares about gamers? We care about what the fuck we're doing. And Microsoft, if you keep going down that road, then fuck. I don't see a future for Microsoft within the next couple of years as far as gaming.
You know, what's funny is that I don't want to jinx it, but I'm halfway expecting in the comment section there to be a comment from Phil Spencer saying, hey, through middle-aged guys, that credit card slot idea, that's fucking golden. Thank you.
I don't want to become the most downvoted video in history in gaming because of that type of shit. But who knows? Motherfuckers will be like, hey, that's a good idea. Maybe, yeah, we can control our kids' usage and the motherfuckers that do still live in basements with moms and shit, even though that's maybe like 2%. Yeah, we can control them too. I don't know. That better not come to pass for any of these systems. That better not come to pass.
I really hope not. What about you, Gray Mouse? What are your predictions? Set predictions for E3. What do you expect?
Well, one thing I want to go on record saying is I hate that the win-lose E3 thing. You know, it's a game show about games and game consoles. Yeah, it's one thing that's always sat on me that I didn't like. That Microsoft won, Sony won, Nintendo won. That's anyway. I just wanted to say that. Now, for me, Nintendo will not show the NX at all. They've already said it. That won't happen. I think that's going to be reserved for the Tokyo Game Show later this year. But you can expect Zelda, the 90-minute demo. Supposedly,
you're gonna have the demo without the system.
Well, no, remember there's the Wii version. Yeah, there's still the Wii version, and Reggie will probably make some sort of video prefacing all of that because that's what he does, even if he's not there at E3.
The Nintendo Direct,
NX, I could just get the Wii U.
The Nintendo Direct will happen. Expect that. A lot of DS titles, unnamed DS titles, will probably be announced. For Xbox, I'm expecting to see more on Cuphead, which is an independent developer, cartoon/1920 cartoon/game. Looks really good. Hopefully, we'll actually get some gameplay for ReCore. Expected is Gears of War 4, probably some Halo 6 is going to be announced or in some form. And then Forza.
Forza. Okay.
Forza. I'm sorry. I expect another Forza game. Probably some more gameplay on Scalebound that has been delayed until 2017. It would kind of behoove them to actually, smooth over the wait with a little bit of gameplay or a demo at E3. It would just make sense. Of course, Halo Wars 2. And then I think maybe the Xbox Slim will probably be shown, or Xbox One Slim, will be announced. I'm not so sure.
Xbox 1.5 or the Xbox half?
No, the Slim.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the. I'm
it's gonna be half of the Xbox One because it's gonna be slimmer, so it's the Xbox half.
I'm not sure about the.
And it'll provide you half the entertainment that is done.
I'm not sure about the Super Whamadine Xbox One. Whatever. I don't know if you're going to show that or not. They'll probably have EA in their back pocket as they always do. That's a gimme. Hopefully we'll get some new IPs. Hopefully we'll get some old IPs. Crimson Skies, goddammit. And for the PlayStation 4 side, I think we'll probably get some gameplay on Last Guardian, some gameplay on No Man's Sky. We'll definitely get.
I've already seen that.
Well, yeah.
Hopefully something playable.
Yeah, playable is what I mean.
Okay, fine.
And then you got the they, what's his name actually verified that the Neo does exist, but it will not be shown at E3, which is not surprised. I think that's waiting for the Tokyo Game Show as well. And then the independent developers probably will get some gameplay on Shenmue 3. I don't think they would not be any. And I have to agree with you on the PlayStation 4 side about there's nothing really that they can do to match 2015. 2015 was just one of those.
Unless they come out with a Chrono Trigger, unless they come out with.
Yeah. I mean, and then on the Xbox side, I forgot to say that there's going to be some new JRPGs that will be on the Xbox.
No!
And then we'll probably hear some good games off from Bethesda. People
don't even think that the new Doom is good. So
actually, there's a lot of people that think the new Doom is good.
A lot of people think it's Call of Doom. Call of Doomy is what a lot of people are insinuating.
So the Ubisoft, they're probably going to do their
and Assassin's Creed.
They say they won't, but they probably will.
They'll have something to fall in line with the movie. I know they will.
That's what I'm saying.
They will.
So those are my expectations. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I'm a gamer. I like both Xbox, PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo. I really do hope that all three pull out their guns. And to me, the more games that they put out, the more games they showcase. It doesn't matter whose camp it's under. Gamers win. And that's what I want to see. I want to see. I've on this channel, I've said it many, many times before, that I'm an advocate of choice. I want that choice to go pick up a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One or an NX, because of the games that are good on the systems.
But I'm going to touch on something that you said, and I'm going to be conflicted with the statement that you meant as far as winning E3. The thing about it is you have to bring out your best at E3. You have to bring out your attention seekers. You have to bring out, okay, what the motherfuckers that we don't have, we have to bring these motherfuckers in, so we have to produce these type of games, and they have to be good. As far as winning E3, I understand what you're saying, Gray Mouse. But at the same time, competition is what makes this industry.
Absolutely. Well,
so motherfuckers put out their best. There won't even, as you say, be an argument as to who won through E3 except for die-hard, flossing teeth with dick hairs, fanboys.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's the main purpose I hate. I hate fucking fanboys.
But fanboys are going to be there no matter what. We just have to deal with that.
I mean, it's just that Nintendo and the Sega Genesis back in the day. I mean, that was a true, console.
Yeah, but they were fanboys then for a fucking reason. You actually had good games to back up what motherfuckers were saying. Yeah. It wasn't just, okay, Nintendo, and that was it. It wasn't just Genesis, and that was it. No one was saying, Philips CDI, bitches. No one was jumping to that because the games were fucked. If people were saying something was good, they would present their case as far as games. And
I just hope that everybody throws out the stops, and one thing that I'm worried about, this is one thing I'm worried about, it's becoming more of a trend is, the HD remakes and stuff, it's good. I like to play old games in more high definition, like they just mentioned Final Fantasy 12, I think, is getting an HD not remake, what do you call it? HD. Yeah. So, and then we saw since E3 last year, with Final Fantasy 7 remake, and that episodic crap. So I want to see. I do want to see old IPs, but I want the old IPs to advance. I want to see, like the Metroids, and I want to see the crack. I want to see, the older.
Yeah, what you're saying is not remakes.
Yeah, continuations. And
sequels, continuations. good follow-ups. That's what you're saying, Gray Mountain. I agree with that.
But no, don't get me wrong. I do like the remakes and stuff. I mean, it's not like I said, but
HD hot dookie. Okay.
Well, don't get too deep into that because remember we're gonna lay out our wish list on another video. So yeah, we don't want to sit there and burn all the time that we have on this.
All right.
Yeah.
So what about you, Reverend? You haven't said your predictions.
Well, okay. Let me go ahead and get the interstitials out of the way. The things that I know are going to happen. All right. Touch on what you said. Fanboys are going to be screaming all over the internet that their side won and that the other side fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But that's not really part of E3. And that's really not going to go ahead and occur at the E3 floor. What I expect and predict that's going to happen on the E3 floor is that we're going to have the usual suspects out there on the E3 floor taking videos and making articles and posting up blogs saying that the video game industry is still sexist and racist and objectifying women, and they're going to be doing exactly the same thing that they say they're against by taking videos and pictures of people without fucking permission or consent.
You know what, Reverend? That did not even cross my mind. And maybe I'm looking at it from a optimistic point of view, but now that you mentioned it,
it's going to happen.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, because
I want to touch on something right
It
quick.
happens every fucking year.
Yep, you're right.
That happens every year. And for all of you gamers out there, this is something that's very, very, very important, especially if you're in the United States of America and if you're as of the age of 18 or older. This year, we have an election coming up. We just found out who are the primaries. One of those primaries are totally against gaming. Please understand that with the racist and sexist and objectifying women, there's only one candidate that will fly all into that because she has done it before and tried to ban video games in the 90s.
Yep.
If you are a gamer, you cannot vote for Hillary Clinton. It's just that simple. So please understand that if you hate all the garbage that's going on with gaming right now, as far as the untrue stuff that's said about gaming and gamers, you have to avoid her being in the White House at all costs. We've never had a president before that thought that shit about gaming. She openly thinks that shit about gaming. And if she has that type of power, she will fucking use it because she had it. She tried before and she didn't even have all the fucking power. So please put that in consideration. With Gray Mouse and what the Reverend just said, yeah, with all of that shit, it's all, this is objectifying women, and they ignore all the rest of the shit in the world that's totally against women. It's just totally contradictory, and it's like, we're not racist, we're not sexist, we don't objectify women. Go fuck yourself. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Middle fingers, middle toes to you. You play video games, it's fun, leave us the fuck alone. You try to take my shit away, you won't even succeed. There's no cold dead hand scenario here. It's not. Fuck you. Fuck you for trying to just come and try to say what I should do with my fucking life. If you're SJW, if I offend you, the X button is up there. There's a fucking back button somewhere. You can swipe off if you're on a portable device. I don't care. We're gamers, and we love fucking gaming. Get over it and go do your own shit.
Back on track. All right. I knew that was going to be a landmine, but like I said, it's something that I'm expecting, and we're not going to be able to avoid it, especially considering what's been happening over the last 5 years. But okay. Well, the other things that I'm predicting that we'll see is that we're going to see some sort of sizzle reel video from Kojima Productions for his new games.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the main character of that game, his name is Luden. Sounds like a fucking cough drop. Guess what? It's pretty appropriate because there are going to be a lot of fanboys online sucking that Luden's dick for their fucking consoles. All right?
Wait, that's a good question. What console?
Well, obviously for
Sony.
the PS4, obviously for the PS4, because he said
Exactly.
it was going to be exclusive. Okay. Now,
This one is going to be exclusive. Absolutely.
That was the point they're making.
Yeah.
What console? Sony.
Yeah. What we're probably going to see from Sony is a lot of stuff, a lot more, hopefully active playable things, hopefully more active demos for PlayStation VR. It's all right.
Yeah. So instead of Solid Snake, it's going to be Limp Eel.
No, it's Deep Ludens.
I know, but I'm talking about his other shit that he may come out with.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, that's up to Konami, which, obligatory fuck Konami. All right. That's just how that is. Speaking of Konami, they're going to have a Pro Evolution Soccer to show off to you, and they're not going to have much else. So fuck them. All right.
What is PES, right? Or something like that?
Yeah. Pro Evolution Soccer. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. When it comes to EA, they're going to sit there and they're going to try to milk the fact that they've got Madden, because that exclusivity deal is going away next fucking year.
Yes.
All right. Their NFL exclusive contract is going away.
I will jump on NFL games again.
Hopefully the NFL is smart enough not to let them sign a similar fucking deal.
Please don't let them do that.
On a similar note, a lot of the Activision licenses for Marvel games are going to be coming up over the next few years.
Yep.
They're going to try to milk that shit too. If not, they're probably going to try to milk their Nickelodeon licenses. Okay. Hopefully from Namco Bandai, we'll see something real for Tekken 7. Okay. And
see a Tekken and Pokemon crossover.
Well, no, that
platform.
That already happened. Pokken Tournament. Okay.
I know, but I'm talking about in pure detail.
Maybe, probably not though, depending on what they're saying. And the other thing that we're going to see is that we're going to see EA and Activision saying, E3 wasn't a big thing. Come to our parties over here, because they're not going to be on the floor.
Well, that's the thing about other companies that are going to be there, and they're going to have their own press conferences and things like that.
Well,
E3 their own floor.
Yeah. Well, EA and Bethesda are having their conferences on Sunday, June 12th.
Yeah, I can't watch 30 minutes of Madden. I just can't.
They're still going to have their. We got to understand. They're still going to have their media conferences that they do, that they always have at E3, and they're going to make announcements and everything else. But their real showcase is going to be down the street, because they booked it that way. We already know, and we've covered this in previous videos, Activision isn't going to be there. EA is not going to be there. Disney is not going to be there, amongst other companies that, are kind of stepping away from E3. Part of the reason being is that they have folks like us who are connected to YouTube who are going to be there, and they're going to be showcasing shit. All right. Yeah. Now, the funny thing about it was that I checked what it would cost to go ahead and register for E3. And I didn't see anything. Now, a few years ago, they sent me an email, because I'm an E3 alum. I used to work for Activision, to go ahead and register. But just to register for the full week pass, and this doesn't include any sort of media passes or media access, it is $953 to fucking register. I looked at that. I was like, is there any way that I can convince my employer to go ahead and pay for this shit? God damn it, it wasn't going to happen. It was not going to happen. No. I'm just going to have to be a poor QA guy, even though I work on mobile games. To quote the theme, bullshit. All right. Anything else that we didn't cover, guys?
No, not as far as our predictions and expectations, no. But yeah, yes, I went on a little tirade earlier, but it's just the fact of the matter that we all want good games to come from these companies and to come on these systems, and even the portables. We just want good fucking games, and we want that to keep going.
Well, one thing I have to say is that I hope that E3 is not dominated by VR. I've mentioned it.
No, it will be.
I know, but I've mentioned
it will be from at least two of the big three. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, one of them is not And I will be very surprised if Nintendo jumps on the VR thing.
I don't think so.
We covered that.
At least right now, I don't think Nintendo's going to throw their hat into the VR realm.
Look,
But
we've already covered that.
It's very unfortunate. I'm not interested in the VR. I've said it several times on several videos. It's just not my thing. If you're into VR, you know, by all means, I'm glad for you, you know. But I just hope that, you know, those who's not buying into this VR trend.
It's more like a boom now.
Boom, I guess. That E3 will not be dominated by virtual reality. It's just, you know, there's still those gaming.
Yep. I mean, that's pretty much our thoughts and our predictions for E3 in a nutshell. Like you said, every year it's the biggest trade show. I know there are other trade shows out there, GDC, Tokyo Game Show, other things, PAX. But let's just admit it. The real news is always in LA around June time at E3.
Yes.
That pretty much sets the table for the rest of the year for everybody in the industry.
Because it jump starts at E3 and then it all goes out like a big tidal wave after that.
Exactly.
That's when people really that's when people really start being interested in gaming news and are on edge on every device with internet on it after that.
Yep.
I mean, that's because, you know, I mean, historically that E3, you know, they actually, a lot of games are going to be released during the holiday season. That's why E3 exists pretty much, I think, is the holiday season.
Well, yeah, it's a big driver of the market. No,
absolutely.
And the thing is that, you know, even with the reduced presence of a lot of the major publishers and everything else, E3 is still very significant even today.
Yeah.
Final thoughts? Yeah. Anybody else have anything else to throw on?
Okay, good.
All right, I think we pretty much cleared this one out. Again, at the end of every video, I got to say thank you for spending the last 35 minutes or so with us, folks. If you're so kind, if you're new to us, hit like, hit subscribe. If you think there's anything we've missed or there's something that you don't exactly agree on, don't just hit the dislike button and jet. Go ahead and leave us a comment. We are very honest about responding to comments. Sometimes we even respond on video if you want to be really, really special. All right. With that, we are the three middle-aged guys. For this particular video and our bullshit, we're cutting it short right here. I'm the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Gray Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, and gaming, predictions. Hope things go well at E3, and we'll be giving out information. We'll be most likely making videos. We'll most likely be having conversations about it. We'll most likely be tuning in to E3 and giving our thoughts and impressions of the whole thing. And coming soon, really soon, will be what our wish lists are for this year's E3 in 2016. So stay tuned to that. Credits.
$953 fucking for a whole week. You know how many?
That's rich.
If I was a guy who was into hookers and cocaine, you know how fun of a weekend I could have.
How would you calculate that?
All I know is that I you know, in the back of my mind, I heard Chris Rock. Good Lord, that's a lot of money.